For those of us who want Donald Trump to get reelected on November 3rd, let's all give an advance thank you to the Black Lives Matter protesters. You remember what the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler, said?
One last point I want to make, and this is a political point, so it's a little out of field. Don't think for a moment that if you are participating in this activity, that you are not being a prop for the reelection campaign of Donald Trump, because you absolutely are. You are creating the B-roll film that will be used in ads nationally to help Donald Trump during his campaign. You don't want to be part of that, then don't show up.
How so, you ask? Well, imagine a hard day at work. You decided that you and your significant other are going to have a nice curbside dinner. And then, or you're a white gentleman out for a stroll.
A brutal attack caught on camera tonight. City police are searching for a man wanted for hitting someone in the back of the head with a brick. Hello, everyone. I'm Vic Carter.
And I'm Nicole Baker. That disturbing video was taken in South Baltimore last night, and now it is going viral.
Notice the laughter as this man was being attacked. Charming. And then there's Pittsburgh. Did you see one of the protesters help herself to a diner's drink? Let's hope she at least left a tip. Hey, it could have been worse. This could have been Rochester, New York, where a black man died in police custody, sparking days of protest. And the black police chief of Rochester, New York, has now resigned. Did you know the mayor was also black? But that doesn't seem to matter. At least these Rochester, New York protesters were crystal clear about what they want and about what would happen if they don't get what they want.
Our street! Home state! Our street! Home state!
Meanwhile, at a McDonald's in Pittsburgh, the black manager seems to have his hands full. As you know, President Trump stands accused of fanning the flames of protesters. Really? Is Trump fanning the flames, or?
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckler.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
This brings us to Los Angeles. LA County has a black DA. She and her husband were less than amused when Black Lives Matter showed up in the wee hours of the morning uninvited.
Now, the husband of LA County District Attorney Jackie Lacey is facing charges for waving a gun at Black Lives Matter protesters outside his home earlier this year. And that is the husband of Jackie Lacey. This happened back on March 2nd. State Attorney General Javier Becerra now has charged him with 3 misdemeanor counts of assault with a firearm. Jackie Lacey later apologized on his behalf, saying that there had been several threats on their lives.
I know what you're thinking. What would Beto O'Rourke say?
What the f***?
Wrong cut.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Now, we started this video with the warning put out by the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler.
Don't think for a moment that if you are participating in this activity, that you are not being a prop for the reelection campaign of Donald Trump, because you absolutely are. You are creating the B-roll film that will be used in ads nationally to help Donald Trump during his campaign. You don't want to be part of that, then don't show up.
Roll. This is from Politico. Voters' favorable views of the Black Lives Matter movement has dropped by 9 percentage points since June, including a 13-point dip among Republicans, according to a new Politico Morning Consult poll. The shift comes after the recent police shooting of another black man, Jacob Blake, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, last week. End of quote. Did you notice the biased headline? Look again. Trump attacks take a toll on Black Lives Matter support. So, is Trump causing Black Lives Matter to lose support? It's not the Black Lives Matter protesters that are causing people to be turned off from the Black Lives Matter movement. It's Trump. Really?
Don't think for a moment that if you are participating in this activity, that you are not being a prop for the reelection campaign of Donald Trump, because you absolutely are.
I can deal with an honest bigot than I can a patronizing liberal. I can change a bigot faster than I can a patronizing liberal.
I'm going to now lead us in an apology from white Americans to African Americans on behalf of our country, to you and to your ancestors and to all of your people. So to the African Americans in the room who would wish and be willing to participate in this, please stand up.
I saw a clip of Marianne Williamson where she had a bunch of white people.
And now I'd like to ask white Americans who are sitting near you.
Stand around black people in this church and repeat this solemn chant of, I'm sorry, basically, for all the atrocities that my people committed against you.
On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country. To you and all African Americans.
I don't understand the fetishization of victimhood that white progressives want to put on to the African American community. It's like, how dare you think that you are in a level of society where I am? You need to believe in the myth of whiteness and privilege. You need to understand that you're just not going to be as good as I am in society.
For all the oppression and all of the injustices, I apologize.
That's what the white progressive burden is. And it's weird. I will never understand it.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer said it best. He said that one of the most difficult human phenomena to confront is not malice, because malice you can confront with violence. It's folly. It's when someone is doing something that they believe to be in your interest. And the more you say to them, you're strangling me to death. Oh, but I love you.
At their core, a white liberal is the ultimate narcissist. That's it. The ultimate narcissist. It's the people that adopt animals for the purpose of saying, I adopted an animal. Like, to them, we are these pathetic, cute little playthings that they can then take to their friends and say, look at this person that I helped.
As we call it, xenophilic tokenism. They take on the struggles of others so that they deflect away from talking about actual issues.
They want so much to be a good white person and to be perceived as a good white person. And if you want to see if a white progressive is a good white person, put them in the room with a black conservative. See how that conversation goes.
The biggest challenge to try to figure out whether a white liberal is genuinely just confused or whether they're a narcissist is simply tell them, no, thank you. That's the test that I say that you should do to all white liberals. Say, actually, no, I don't see myself as a victim. Watch how they react. Because if all you're out to do is help black Americans, you come across a black American that says, actually, like, I'm feeling empowered and I feel great, you should be happy. Oh man, I'm so happy to hear that. That's great. That's not how they react. They freak out. They block you. I'm blocked by Alyssa Milano.
When someone says that they're progressive, they shouldn't automatically be perceived as caring, non-racist, non-bigoted.
Most of my experiences of racialized dialogue in a negative way or in confrontations with white progressives who I guess hate me because they hate racism.
Just yesterday, I got a message from a white lady saying that I was a disgrace to my race. It was odd to me that a white woman would declare me a disgrace to my race based on her own stereotypes and preconceived notions of what minorities should think.
They sell this idea of tolerance and inclusivity, and we love everyone and everyone is welcomed here, but no, that's not true. We're only welcome there if we believe exactly what you want us to believe.
They will act as if for you to rebuff their overtures of sadness or apology is in itself the most despicable crime. It is because the modern white liberal needs you to be a victim. They have weaponized the notion of being a victim, and various minorities have latched onto that, and that has become the identity that they've taken on.
What message is this sending to these white people that are having to go out in their actual lives or their workplaces or whatever and to like deal with black people. The message that it's sending to them is that you have to walk on eggshells with this person. This person's gonna be a perpetual victim. And I'm gonna be so afraid to interact with this person as if they're a human being that I'm just not gonna interact at all. And I think that that is the real result of all of the woke, splaining, anti-racist, intersectionality crap.
Now, when Trump wins on November 3rd, what's the over-under on when the left will accuse him of having paid Black Lives Matter protesters? The last thing they want to see is this gentleman again.
Give my remarks to all of the Trump haters, all of the Hillary Clinton supporters, all of the people that said that my Trump was gonna lose. So I say to you this morning, the day after the election,
I'm Larry Elder, and we've got a country to save. I'll see you next time.